This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google IVPanda Free Essays.
Writing a scholarly research paper follows specific guidelines and formats, starting with a brief abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusion. However, some articles could have altered versions in their organization based on the nature of the study being reported. This paper is a critique of the article The Experience of Implementing Evidence-Based Practice Change, a Qualitative Analysis by Irwin et al. The article's title is good as it suggests the phenomena being studied, experience of implementing EBP change, even though it needs to identify the group or community under study. However, the abstract does not concisely summarize the main features of the report, as it lacks the problem statement, methods, results, and conclusion. The abstract only mentions the purpose of the study. In the introduction, the problem statement is stated unambiguously. It is easy to identify. Given that the study sought to describe the experience of implementing an EBP change by analyzing verbatim narratives, a qualitative approach was appropriate. However, the researchers did not state the research questions, but their absence is justifiable given the nature of the study. Similarly, the authors did not give an elaborate literature review, even though they highlighted some information linked to the existing knowledge related to the topic in the introduction. Conceptual or theoretical underpinnings were not defined, and likewise, the participants' identities were not divulged, which safeguards their rights. The nature of the study did not warrant the review of an IRB or ethics review board. In the research design, the participants' verbatim experiences when implementing EBP were collected and analyzed to identify recurring themes, and this design befits this form of study. The researchers adequately identified the population being studied, nurses, and placed them in 19 teams. Thus, the sample was described in sufficient detail. The methods used in data gathering were appropriate, with the right questions being asked and a sufficient amount of data gathered. The procedures of data collection and recording were adequately described. The researchers used effective strategies to improve the trustworthiness and integrity of the study to make the results auditable and confirmable. Data collection and analysis were sufficiently described, and the findings were effectively summarized. The themes identified in the study are logically connected, and the authors interpret and discuss the findings within the context of prior studies. The reasonable and complete implications of this study in clinical practice were discussed sufficiently. Generally, the report is well organized and sufficiently detailed for critical analysis. Additionally, the researchers' qualifications enhance confidence in the findings. Irwin is a research associate, Bergman is an associate scientific director, and Richards is an oncology clinical coordinator. As such, the study's findings appear trustworthy, and they contribute meaningfully to the practice of EBP. In conclusion, the article is generally written well, and most aspects of a scholarly paper are considered. The article's strengths include the use of formal and simple language, thus allowing a broad audience. The authors also referenced credible sources in this paper, but they did not give personal opinions. The information provided is objectively based on the findings of the study, which increases the credibility of the study. Additionally, the authors acknowledge the study's limitations, thus allowing readers to have a balanced understanding of the topic. However, a major weakness of the paper is the need for a detailed abstract to allow the reader to have a grasp of what is contained in the article. Did you like this research critique framework, qualitative sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.